No website can exist without both a domain name, such as google.com for example, and a hosting account. That is, unless of course you're setting up a website using a third-party service such as blogger.com, wordpress.com, etc., which I would not recommend as you do not have full control of your website as we looked at in the previous video. A hosting account is simply where you store your website files so that when someone types in your domain name into their browser, your website will appear. There are tons of options out there when it comes to purchasing a domain name and hosting, so picking the right one can certainly be overwhelming. I only recommend a couple of hosts because I have used them myself, or at least have used them extensively because I have customers who use them as well. Right now, I'm going to walk through how to set up a hosting account using HostGator, which is the company that I currently use right now. You are welcome to, of course, choose any provider that you want. The steps for setting up your hosting will be slightly different, but they'll be pretty straightforward. So feel free to select any company that you feel comfortable with. Just make sure that you select a hosting company that allows you full control of your domain name and hosting package and allows you to automatically install WordPress. But again, go ahead and visit the resources page for this video series where you'll find links to some of the top companies that I recommend. Regardless of which hosting provider you decide to go with, I recommend the first thing you do is a Google search for promotion codes. Just put in, for instance, HostGator promo code, and you'll come up with different sites that have coupons posted on them for both domain names and for hosting. You can find some really great deals. Keep in mind that these websites often update pretty frequently, so it might look slightly different, but this is going to give you a general idea. Here we can choose a plan. You'll need just the basic plan, which has a single domain. That means you can only host one website on this package. If you think that you will be having multiple websites, it's a good idea just to bump up your plan to the middle plan, which has unlimited domains. This means you can host as many websites as you like. But I'm just going to start here with the basic plan. Now you notice you're going to get the cheapest rate if you select the most amount of time, and you're going to pay the most for the least amount of time. I'm going to go ahead and just sign up for the month for right now. Now I already have a domain name, so I'm going to enter that here. If you want to do a new domain name, of course, that's where you can enter it. I'm going to go with the basic hatchling plan, and you're just going to walk through and you're going to enter the information that it asks for. Pretty self-explanatory. Now once you've entered your information, you'll come down to the additional services section. I typically uncheck all of these. Backing up your site is very important, but we'll cover how to do that. And I don't typically like services that the hosting company provides. I like to do a lot of these things myself. They're a lot more effective. Now you'll see that my total is $716. I do recommend that if possible that you just purchase the full year in advance because one, it's going to be a lot cheaper, but second, it's going to just be easier. You don't have to worry about renewing it every month. But you can obviously do the month by month if that's easier for you. But I found a promo code as I suggested you search for, so now I get my first month for only a penny. Can't beat that. And click Checkout Now. As you can see, setting up your hosting account with HostGator is very straightforward. Now I just need to check my email to get my login information, and then we'll go ahead and install WordPress. With your hosting account set up, now we are ready to install WordPress. If you go to your browser and type in your domain name, you're going to come to a screen that will look something like this, depending on where you've registered your domain name. So obviously we need to do some work to get your website set up. Now if you've set up with HostGator, you will have received another email from them showing you where to log in and what your username and password is. It's going to take you to your cPanel screen where you can go ahead and log in. Now this is how quickly you can install WordPress. You can scroll down to the bottom and you're going to see that there's a section here called Software and Services, and within that is Quick Install. Go ahead and click that. And on the left-hand side, under the Blog Software section, you'll see WordPress. Clicking WordPress, it's going to bring up just a brief description of WordPress, and you can click Continue. Now here is where you can install WordPress. I like to uncheck Enable Auto Upgrades. I would prefer to do that myself to make sure I have a backup of my website. But you can simply enter your email address here. You can include a blog title if you would like to, but if not, don't worry. You can always go back and do that later. And you can type in the username that you would like to use when you log into WordPress. I typically just go with admin, but you can put your name or anything else that you'd like to have. Again, the rest of this information you can fill out once WordPress is installed. Click Install Now, and you'll see just how quickly this goes, and that's it. WordPress is installed. And you'll receive this confirmation message below congratulating you on your installation of WordPress. Next, let's look at how to actually log into the WordPress dashboard to start creating your website. With WordPress successfully installed, you'll now see a link followed by the username that you entered and a password that has been generated by HostGator. Go ahead and click on the link that HostGator gives you. This is going to be yourdomain.com/wp-admin, and that is where you will go to log in to the WordPress dashboard. So clicking on that link will take you to a screen that looks like this. You can go ahead and enter your username and your password and click Login. And as you will see, that brings you to the WordPress dashboard. In the next video, we're going to walk through the dashboard so that you understand all the different parts of it and know where to find everything that you need to set up your website. In this video, we're going to do a quick tour of the WordPress dashboard so you know where to find everything you need to build a website. Later in this series, we are going to go into each part that you will need to know how to use to set up different parts of your website. So my intent here is just to get you familiar with the dashboard itself. Starting from the very top, you will see the name of your website, and you'll be able to click on Visit Site to go to the live version of your website if you want to quickly see changes. When you're logged in, you will also find this button on your live website, and it will allow you to quickly return to your dashboard. Next, you'll see this is the number of plugins that are going to need updated, and we'll talk more about that in a bit. If you allow comments on your website, you will be able to see how many need for you to go in and approve them before they will appear on your website. Selecting the new menu will allow you to quickly create a post, add an image or video under media, a new page, or a new user. If you are shopping for themes or for WordPress services, this is one of the places where you can go, but we'll talk more about some other places you can grab great themes as well. Now, when you first log in, you'll see something that looks like this on your screen. With a fresh install, they'll give you the next steps that you can take to set up your website. You'll also see where you can enter a title along with a quick draft of a post. So if you have something in mind and you just want to quickly enter the idea, you can do that here. You can see how many pages, posts, comments are published on your blog at any time. But if you want to customize the way your dashboard looks, you can do so by clicking on Screen Options, and you can select or deselect what you would like to have appear on your dashboard. You can also drag and drop them into any order that you'd like them to appear. Now on the left-hand side, we have a navigation bar where you'll find everything that you're going to need. Starting with posts, this is where you will be able to get a list of all of the blog posts that you have on your site. If you want to add a new one, if you want to create categories in order to separate the different posts, you can do so. Media, again, this is where you're going to be able to add music files, image files, videos. All of that is going to be in your media section. Pages, again, this is similar to posts. We covered that. You'll be able to see a full list of all of your pages as well as add a new one quickly. Comments, again, just like at the top, you'll be able to go in and see which comments have been added, which comments need for you to approve them. You'll be able to see a list of all the comments that have been added to your site. So if you would like to respond to the comments, you can do so here. Marketplace, again, this is if you're looking for particular services. This is one option for purchasing them. Appearance. This is where you really get into how your website actually looks. This is where we are going to work on the particular theme that you use. We're going to customize the theme. We'll be using widgets to update your sidebar and other areas of your website. You'll create your menu here. If your particular theme allows for you to customize more of your header, your background, you're going to see some of the options here. Once you install a theme, whether you select a free or a paid theme, you'll often find the theme customization options listed under this appearance menu. So we'll be coming back here. Plugins, again, this is what is going to add the functionality to your site. This is another fun section. So if you're going to add a shopping cart or an appointment calendar or a contact form, a Facebook like box, all of those things that add functionality to your website, you'll be able to install new plugins. You'll be able to see what plugins you already have. You'll be able to update the settings or delete the plugins that you no longer need. Users, if you will be having a multi-author website, this is where you can go to create multiple users and give them specific permissions. Tools is something you probably won't use too often, but we will cover that in a future section as well. Settings is something you will want to go into for every site that you create, because this really sets up how visitors can use your site, how things should be written on your site, how things should be displayed, what URLs you'll be using. There's a lot that is defined in the settings, so we'll go through that as well. So this was a quick overview of the WordPress dashboard. Now that you've had a quick tour of the WordPress dashboard, let's go ahead and dive in and take a closer look at each part and see exactly how you can start setting up your own website now.